Okay, guys, so welcome to Classic Entertainment. And the story is just a simple one, but I can assure you that if you have heard about Mona, that's Hajia4real's issue. This story could mean that Hajia4real can be vindicated. Hajia4real has a standard that could vindicate her from all the allegations, whatever leveled against her, even though she has pleaded guilty in court. Let's get into the story and then see why I am saying that Mona or Hajia4real can be vindicated. There have been so many pleads among for statement to just plead with the judge, in charge of this case. Said the sentence of Mona after pleading guilty, able to me abofum ediamano. Now let's get into the story and then see how it goes. This man called Sam Cross is the one vindicating Mona or Hajia4real here. Let's get into the story. Tamuchuku na nyamre na fe oni mentina enkosi awie because 24 can say say unni adaje a intuba yi. Okay. Yeah, classic entertainment gist. You know, so we talk about entertainment issues all day, all night. If this is your first time here, just click on the subscribe button and get to subscribe to sir. It's about our sister, your friend Hajia4real. We all know Senanka or evolve the Ghana music industry no more. I can say. And Cheribiana Akobana said, my Mrs. Siano, Wakudi Abanan Sema Nase, Wakudi UK for Sema, Sisiano, Nehun Sema, I be brave. Let me give you just a summary of the issue, and Sembe Brenisis Siano, I pop it out, Abba, because Yenina said, and I know Hajia4real Eco Jitumu Eco Plea, could plead guilty, say Anka, any case, judge and Shana, if you fancy being to Hona, Yanny Day, now you mobile ever home because Sisiano, I just to say, I'm Pam Conson, why, what plead guilty. And I'm so ama afufro bebree no anasem krofo amu ben no omo atretre omo num nsem adanse di ahodo se judge no etimi ade agina so bi na at least otimi hu girl no mobo na obetimi ayden ama no sentence no kra be kosoro anka ebebe fam pitu abi ade ama eno no there is this one man yes man ni dine de say that Sam Cross and yes Sam Cross no nipa ono so aka victims aka krofo akukuda no a Hajia4real next scam issues no. But then, my memory was summary of the story before answering about Sam Cross. Sam Cross was saying this year become one. Now let's get into the story. See, them don't charge popular Ghanaian influencer Mona Faiz Montrage, aka Hajia4real, for her alleged role inside 2 million romance scam for US courts. US security agents collaborate with UK partners to extradite Hajia4real from United Kingdom to the United States because Hona said no. Them arrested Hajia4real on 10th November 2022, where them extradite from UK on 12 May 2023. This said the assembly to no. I'm not sure and I'm not free or call him. You can say they are a bit me at 27. Mona, according to US Attorney Damian Williams, I call Judge na Otiasim, be member of criminal conspiracy, which they specifically targets older Americans through romance scams. Let's say, on the name, upon your bisu company, biswa, Hajia4real, ultimately, edada, Uncle Crafono, who's a girl, a very, very attractive lady. We a bema, no, when you have Hajia4real, so best Kamiwa, with her body shape and everything, with me a fully victim. And that was what Hajia4real was doing, according to issue Nasis Jamaican. This can be both financially and emotionally devastating for the vulnerable victims, sake of efforts of our law enforcement partners. Them arrest Montrage abroad, where them bring her to United States to face justice. U.S. Attorney Damian Williams and Okan Sasimi said this is Yano Yachi Hajia4real. Dinaba Yuka Yeba Abidina Sem. Charges Ben here the corner. These are the charges. United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York and Michelle J. Driscoll, the Assistant Director of Charge of the New York Field Office of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, announced 6-count indictment. And I say indictment charge against Hajia4real. Hajia4real, they face charges including one count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, one count of wire fraud, one count of money laundering conspiracy, and one count of money laundering, each which they carry maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. Judge who go handle the case go determine the maximum potential sentencing. And now is a February more baby and say Hajia4real, I plead guilty of the charges now. The say we just have to plead with the court and I said no maybe to me I asusu ano anase omo de beba fom ama Hajia4real na sana be anase sentence na ye de be ma no sentence no ebetimi hayden abafom e de ama Hajia4real enti no se de medi kankan ye no bebre nipa no bebre na omo aba omo de omo num dusem aba abetutu dwa saa a kire se de ade no omo no de omo nim fa ho de omo nim efa ho no omo nyina e de aba na saa na sesia no nkrofo bebre na omo din abepie eye saa papa ya meka na semi ne de ho ono no ha ochira scam no yes scam ni na mom nasem enka charges na ye de go eye Hajia4real no ho true be told ono no de yamfa ne de na ankodi adanse e wo court but then papa na ba out anase ono nso ne nsem na ochira ye said ye be ya lawyer no betumi present it to the court and to the judge no na judge no e de ye agina so bi na de hu Hajia4real mobo no because this year na pese twitwa jigga na ye de tindi ne bagana anu aiden asin I mean kind of said ye etie no na enye e wakakra ntini ye bebo ni tawtoni yakoye ni my name is Sam Cross. I am now 76 years old. Hey, Papa. 76 years of age. Papa, you know. I don't know Hajia4real. I deny you know. And I live in Atlanta. I am writing this story to explain my relationship with a young lady, Mona Montrage. First of all, I guess that you should know how we met. Said you almost share any day, Papa, and they said you are almost na or yes, will be all your videos, any big do internet, and also I can hold the same microphone, more exercises, I hold on what I said, and all this year, Hajia4real, I will internet issues are not in the gym. I say, I am a bit of health nut, and I post many fitness videos on Instagram and Facebook. My program set up to influence the elder to interest themselves in physical fitness. I received many positive responses from these videos, and one day I received a request from a young lady named Mabel. Mabel said that she enjoyed watching my videos and wanted to know if she could connect with me to help her lose weight. Hey, she Hajia4real. Then wait to be on no pair lose. Until this lady and I can ask them now. No. Opportunity no so I Hajia4real or approach Papa no. Didn't you the coin? Hey, Mabel. Okay, you made the Mabel can you? And now, as we began to communicate more often, our relationship became more personal. I explained to her about our age difference, but she was set on establishing a relationship because of the way I responded to her. Fake Mona said that she lived in Durham, NC, in that's New York City, and she worked at a dental clinic. She had only been there 30 days from New York at any rate. As time passed by, we became closer and exchanged photos. This went on for 2 months. Her daughter, Niala, was in New York with her aunt Shane looking after her. One day, I saw an advertisement on my Instagram page which posted Mona4real to perform at the Ghana Music Awards. As I looked at the photo, I said, wow, she looks like Mabel. Once I brought this to her attention, she admitted that she was her. She said that she did not want to give her true identity to me in fear that I would leave her. The industry had not been good to her. Men only wanting sex from her and her managers not paying for her work. That is why she left the business and came to New York City where no one would know her. She said that if I wanted to leave her, that she would understand. But if I stayed, then she would commit herself fully to me. And after 2 days, my answer was yes. This was the biggest mistake I've ever made. And Papa, according to Papa, no, oh no, Oshia, I Hajia4real. Didn't know the one internet nationally Mabel. Mabel, Anna, actually, Oben say, supposed to be on Instagram. Sir, I actually said Mabel, pay for me, baby. No, I know about any. Oh, who Hajia4real picture? No, this is the lady that I've been communicating with. Engineer Koso. That's it. Papa say, on the Hajia, I say, okay, no problem. Maybe I made me see because of industry. They said the engine or what is a function for Penitino. Maybe who see, and I mean managers in Soprano. Or more, Mammis Capapia, Intinase, maybe who see. Engine is office, me no Tanadia, media, me to me, a committee, Ediamo, come on, Namino, I then arching, Nasa, Pepe. I say, Papa, say, Oji two me so on the Hajia Chimpanana. That was the biggest mistake. And I Mabel, sorry, not Hajia, Mabel. That was the biggest mistake. Oh, yeah. I think you know, can make the above is a count on this count, you know, could mean that there were certain people who were impersonating Hajia4real, for real. And really, there is a fake Hajia4real. Fake Hajia4real really existed. And that is where this one is coming from. I able to me a dispute and send me brena. Why do I idea for Hajia4real our court no? Said you be able to make you at work. Now let's go now. Upon now that who said Hajia4real no or you fake no. I said that was the big mistake. Now I know she is. I noticed that she had 4 million Instagram followers. When I asked her about that, she said her managers had total control of her social media accounts and that they were using her videos and photos, but she wasn't receiving any income from any of it. I didn't feel that was right and I suggested we do something about it. Next, fake Mona introduced me to Henry Wild, a social media specialist that could retrieve her Instagram page back to her name. And Henry Wild, according to normal of South Africa, also a social media influencer, microphone, we are very smart too. We've been meeting them on Facebook, but then we are following them. They don't know. The thing says, but then we will come for them. One day, you catch them. I say, Henry had worked to set fake Mona's website for her when she was in Ghana. So she gave me his number in Jamaica and I called him to see, okay, you're from Jamaica. I called him to see what we could do about retrieving fake Mona's Instagram page. Henry's first advice was that we needed an attorney in Ghana and recommended Aman Ponsa, a high-level entertainment attorney in Accra. Hey, Aman Ponsa, Aman Ponsa, so what be Just Aman Ponsa, na be lawyer. I am going for Allah, you can quick. Now, fake Mona was determined to collect all funds that her managers owed her with a lawsuit. Now, I had two things to discuss with Amma once I contacted her. After contacting Amma, she was totally surprised with fake Mona's situation with her Instagram followers, and because of her frustration, she decided to take our case. We were going to place a lawsuit against fake Mona's managers and clear up everything. Amma asked for 1,600, that's US dollars, at first to handle the case. When I refused, she dropped to $800, but I wound up paying her. It's 4,000. That was 16,000. First was 16,000, and then Papa and about 8,000. And Papa said, I said, then I paid her 4,000. This amount was only to file the lawsuit and receive a court date. Before we could move forward, Amma needed fake Mona's original contract with her managers, and fake Mona supplied me with all the pages of her contract, and I sent to Amma. And after Amma reviewed the contract, she told us that fake Mona had $2.4 million in funds owed to her in our lawsuit with her managers. Just as Siano, Amma sent to me, I should say, I calculation say, Mona, fake Mona, I was $2.4 million. And he just said, oh, my bit means Kappa. Amma said that if the managers do not appear on the court date, then we will win the case by default. Just say, hey, now after we filed the lawsuit, we received a number of life-threatening emails from managers, but we stayed firm with the lawsuit. Next, we needed to deal with the Ghana Music Awards. That Ghana Music left the business and came to Ghana Music Awards. Fake Mona did not want to go to Ghana to perform, but Amma said that she had to attend because, this was Ghana Music Awards. Now it was coming up in Ghana, and to perform. But Amma said that she had to attend because the ads had already been publicized, and if she did not attend, then she would lose much of her fan base and her Instagram followers. So I told fake Mona that she had to go to the event organizers sent for her to come to Ghana, and from that time forward, fake Mona never came back to the US. Now, once our fake Mona arrived in Ghana, Amma, our attorney, picked her up from the airport and took her to her house to stay. This way, they could be closer together to advance our lawsuit against the managers. In addition, the fake Mona had no means of financial support. That responsibility fell upon my shoulders. Amma's deceased husband owned a gold mine before he passed away, and left Amma well off with a house that was identical to the fake Mona's house in the Trasaco community, along with 7 gold bars and 10 automobiles, including the Benz truck, along with 7 and Bentley that the fake Mona drove. The performance went well at the 3 Music Awards. as the fake Mona performed two of her selections. That was what? Fine Girl and Baby. She was dressed in a black outfit, which she said that she wore for me. She was not nominated for any category because of our lawsuit with her managers, but she did perform to keep her fan base happy. Next, after the awards were over, our fake Mona fainted fainted on her way to her car. This was serious and she was rushed to the hospital. Now at the hospital, she was diagnosed with stage 1 leukemia and her blood count was so low that she needed immediate transfusion or she could leave us. I broke down and cried and was willing to do whatever was in my power to not let this happen. The fake Mona was in the hospital for 35 days before she could be released with no insurance. I lost another 8,500. Ama also helped financially. Soon after the hospital event came, the Vodafone Awards. The fake Mona had 2 nominations: New Artist and Best Video. That's Fine Girl, for Fine Girl. We knew that she would not win New Artist, but she had the most votes for the Best Video, but was not awarded. Awarded winner for either. The fake Mona was in tears not to have won Best Video because she did have the most votes. After further investigation, it was found by Amma that the fake Mona's management went to the voting board and transferred all of her votes all of her votes to another artist because of our lawsuit against them. The next awards was the Ghana Music Awards held in New York. And although the fake Mona won her category for Best New Act of the Year, this was a disappointment because very few artists appeared and the place was nearly empty, but her award was mailed to her. As I continue, the next major event was when Amma and the fake Mona appeared in court for our lawsuit against her managers, and since the managers did not appear, we won our case by default, and the $2.4 million was to be released to us, and we formed a new company called Mona Cross. Mona Cross Entertainment. With me as the manager, Amma, our attorney, and Henry Wald from Jamaica as our media manager, but first needed to open 2 bank accounts due to the size of the $2.4 million transfer. Amma opened accounts in the Bank of Ghana and Fidelity Bank in my name after I sent her $300 initial deposit for each account. I was sent a photo of the debit card for Fidelity Bank, but never received the card for the Bank of Ghana. During this time, Amma's law firm sent her to Sweden for legal work. In addition, before the funds could be released, I needed to come to Ghana personally for my thumbprint. There were two marriages. The first was set with the fake Mona's family. This had to occur before I came to Ghana so that the fake Mona could show me affection at the airport since she was a Muslim. Her family would not approve unless I was approved by them. In order for this to occur, the fake Mona's aunt Shane sent me to her oldest brother Mohammed in Tamale. After speaking with him, he supplied me with a list of several items that I was to supply to the family. The list was a wide variety of items, including clothing and even a live goat. Live goat was a worker. Mohammed told me that he would collect all items and issue them to family members after I sent him $1,100. So I sent it, and we were now engaged under Muslim law. And the fake Mona, can now show me affection once I arrive at the Ghana airport, at which time we would travel to Tamale for our big marriage ceremony. That was exciting to me. I was to come to Ghana 2 days before the fake Mona's 30th birthday. I even paid $2,000 for our hotel suite and $1,600 for my African outfit and cap. She bought me to wear. Now I was coming to Ghana. I kept my place in Atlanta, but got all requirement shots and packed 5 bags. Bought my airline ticket to go all for nothing because I had no visa which was required, so I missed the birthday celebration. I didn't quite understand how this expensive celebration took place, but she said it was donated to her. As I said, the funds donated to her. Next, when her recording blow was released, she had a meeting with Bola Ray. As Bola, you see, I told you some people's names are coming in. Bola Ray, CEO of EIB Network, and after I spoke with him as the new manager, he wanted to assist us with the fake money's career, and he recommended Truth Travels to acquire my visa and Ghana card for me to use because that was who handled his travels, and he knew the owner, Franklin. 3 months later, and 8,000 spent, I never received either cards, only photos of them now. Of them. Now I cannot get to Ghana, but I am still the manager, and all I request for the fake money's appearances must come through me. I manage her all-white event, although it was rained out. The fake Mona made an appearance at the event organizers club. I also managed her event with Stoneboy and Efia. Finally, I managed her appearances with Fancy Gadam in their hometown Tamale and the UK Ghana Music Awards as well. Another main point I would like to highlight is my marriage certificate with the fake Mona. As I mentioned earlier, Amma's deceased husband left her 7 gold bars, and while Asimben prayed, hey, I can't swim. 7 gold bars. Atna to handle this to her James contact me so that I could find a broker in the US to sell them to but I need to pay for the shipping charge from Ghana to US. This I refused to do later after James did research on the fake Mona. He found that her deceased dad was also a gold broker and left her with $21 million trust, but the amount was finalized $12 million, and before the funds could be released, the fake Mona and I had to marry because as the man, the funds had to come to me. After I sent James my information, he and the fake Mona registered for our marriage certificate at the courthouse, and I was sent a copy. Now, we were officially married, but James still wanted me to pay the taxes on the funds before release, and this I refused to do. James continued to pressure me to go through with the deal, but to no avail. Up until this time, I had paid for much of fake Mona's livelihood, including her daughter Nyla's school and supply payments, but now I received an email from the event managers from the UK explaining the fake Mona's nomination at the 2022 Ghana Music Awards. After discussing what I required for the participation, it was agreed that she performed only with Fancy Gadam, her good friend from Tamale, so they both went to the UK together to perform, and the fake Mona to receive her nomination for Best Video. Everything was going well, they performed well, and the fake Mona did win her nomination for Best Video. Fine Girl, that was Fine Girl. After the event was over, she wanted to stay a few extra days because she had a couple of sponsorships to complete, and the Fancy had never been to the UK before, so I said, okay, but only for 1 week because Nyla was waiting for her to come home. So the fake Mona did shopping and a soccer game and enjoyed the UK with Fancy. The next thing I knew, the fake Mona was arrested in her flight seat for an $8 million romance scam. I sent it to HR. Then there were all of these videos of her walking into the Fendi store with all of the cash in her hands. Then they said she had entered the country without claiming over $10,000 US. This whole thing was worldwide news. So finally, Bola Ray told me that Bola Ray told me he would inform the public that the rumors were false and we would get her an attorney from the UK. He found Michelle to represent the fake Mona, and she was under house arrest. So after the court appearances, the fake Mona flew back to Ghana under cover, so that only Bola and I knew that she was in Ghana the 2nd of January 2023. We plan to announce her in Ghana once arrived. once arrived and would face the media together as husband and wife. When she would go out, she would cover up and drive one of Ame's old cars so that no one would recognize her. One day, as she was in the traffic with the phone to her ear talking to me, and a guy on a motorbike snatched her phone from her ear and took off. He was part of a thief network in Accra, and they got my phone number from her phone. They told me that they knew who the fake Mona was and that they could ruin her with all the information she had in her phone, but that they didn't want to hurt her because they loved Hajia4real's music. They told me to send $500 and they would return it to her because they knew where she lived. After I pleaded with them, they let me send $300 and they I can find how much with $300 for paper. So I say if you did. They did return the phone to her. I was still trying to get my visa and Ghana card sent to me up to May of 2023. Now came the big news that the fake Mona was extradited to the US for a $2 million fraud by U.S. Attorney Damian Williams, Southern District of New York. And after reviewing the charges, I was totally upset and needed to know if this was true. I had been scammed for a year and 8 months. So I called Damian Williams' office and received a recording saying, "Send any complaints by email." Well, was not good enough for me, had too much pain inside of me, so I called Adam Cortez, the real Mona's attorney, because his number was listed with Mona's charge. I left a voice message and he called me back in a few days. After he explained my situation with the fake Mona, he was pleased to hear my story. Then he asked me if I wanted to see and speak with the real Mona, and I certainly agreed. The time and date was set for the following week. I couldn't sleep for the entire week with such anticipation to finally see the real Mona. So after I saw her and spoke with her, my entire thought process changed that very moment. It's okay. My entire thought changed that very moment. For the first time, I felt her pain as well as mine. I knew that this honest young lady could not scam anyone. This was further proven to me by the personal phone calls that had with the fake Mona. My phone records from the WhatsApp shows nearly 100 phone calls from April to June 2023. 3 calls on May 16, 2 outgoing and 1 incoming call with the fake Mona. It just happens that on that day, the real Mona was in Essex County Jail with no access to call anyone. Not only that, but Intimera Sakos Yena Ekos na Hajia4real was in Essex County Jail. That is ultimate your call. No access to call anyone. Not only that, but the fake Mona continued to call me and text me on my WhatsApp and right up until October 2023 after I told her clearly that I had seen and spoken to the real Mona. This is why I am certain that the real Mona knew nothing of romance scams. These scammers are a sophisticated group and they have many other people just to scam one person. As for me, I spoke with fake Mona, fake Bola Ray, fake mother-in-law Shane, fake Nyla, fake artist Efia, fake D Black, fake attorneys, that's Amma Amponsa, fake James Morgan, fake Michelle from the UK, fake Mohammed. Everybody was fake. 3 fake doctors and the fake schoolmasters. Fake travel agent, Franklin, fake security guard, Roy, all of these people just for me, one person. Their joint effort yielded them over a 70,000 loss to me. Although this was a devastating blow to me, my suffering is minor compared to the real Mona as a single mom, and the world tags her as a scammer. This ends my story. Sam Cross. So you see why I say, Mona4real, Hajia4real can be vindicated. Based on this story, you could see that Mona was actually not the real person who used most of the details to scam people. Even though Mona have accepted to say or plead guilty, it could be out of stress and other things. Hey, Mona, what's that? What do you idea too intensive? Okay, and today's Mona4real, no, they were there to me say was coming after France. Why do you want full scale? here and there. But then, according to Sam Cross, with this, you could see that Mona can be vindicated. They are pleading say Mona could at least or at most get a jail sentence of maybe 3 months and then be thrown back to Ghana in the hot sun. For real. Anthony, we hope that this issue, no, it goes well for Mona and Hajia4real. So according to this paper, what you have read or what you have listened to, you could see that Mona for real has some kind of vindication because if you are staying with me to this time, just click on the subscribe button and get it subscribed for me. Follow me on all my pages. YouTube, you just click on the subscribe button. If you watch this video on Facebook or TikTok, you just click the like button and then you follow me as well. Also, you can leave a comment if you want to leave one. Thank you very much for staying with me. See you another time with another video. Stay blessed.